Mark,
Scott,
how you been?
doing okay. A little tired today,
I,
but
I'm I'm I'm
been well. Things have been chaotic in the life of Mark as of late.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
about you,
yeah.
sir?
Got a sprinkling of chaos myself. Basically, someone instead of picking up the salt or pepper was just like, I'm just gonna pick up this chaos and just sprinkle it on there, and
It's like some freshly ground chaos. Oh
yeah,
yeah, it's please.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just been kind of all over the place. Uh, Weird notion. And this is probably a thing that I've always had going on, but like as I grow and become more self aware, I'm attracted to girls that I think are a lot like you. um,
Um,
so,
chest tattoos and good hair.
yes, you only have chest tattoos, of course.
I mean, I've got
No,
rib tattoos
no,
too, so
I
it's
I
cool.
guess I want to call this women with kind of these eccentricities. I'm gonna look up
Okay, okay.
eccentricity before I actually commit to that.
You can probably say like
Um,
eccentric qualities, and I think that's on par of what you're looking for.
um, yeah, but then when you actually say eccentric, it makes it sound. Let's see, the quality of being eccentric. Deviation of a curve or orbit from circularity. Now that definition ain't bad. So like I was talking to a friend of mine about this,
Uh,
I was just like, yeah, I'm attracted to a lot of different women, but for some
mhm.
reason, the ones that actually like get in my head that I really want to talk to and keep talking to are ones that kind of remind me of you. And I think a lot of this is also like kind of a not lived persona where
Mhm.
basically I always kind of wanted to um, have tattoos and kind of
Mhm.
like be that hipster, like punk guy or something like that. But yeah, like girls with tattoos, colored hair because you always
At
had
one
colored
point, I
hair.
did have
I
colored hair.
really
Yes.
wanted to color my hair. I kind of wanted to do just like orange, just like a lot of orange, not all of it, like just a lot with the brown,
Hmm.
and that never happened. But yeah, kind of running into quite a few of these girls, and I'm just like, I really want to talk to you and find out if you're like Mark. um,
They could be. I mean, if they are, then it's a. I mean, we get along well, so I'd assume that you and one of these female companions could get along very well.
that makes them sound like an escort. Maybe we shouldn't go with female companion.
Broads, that was always a good default, but we don't want to like knock anyone down a
Yeah,
peg
yeah,
or
yeah. Let's not.
offend anyone.
Yeah, broads might.
Broads,
There might be some who are unhappy with that term. So
yeah.
yeah, just kind of a funny thing I've discovered recently.
No, I don't know. Never
Use
mind.
your words.
I could have gone into something, but it really would have not mattered. Like trying to think of like what I'm attracted to, but
Are you
honestly, it
attracted
doesn't
to
fucking
me?
matter. I'm attracted to a lot of types of
Girls with
women.
chest hair.
Yes, like Amazonian bitches.
Amazonian broads.
Yeah,
Um,
throwing them all out there. We're gonna get so much hate mail, like directed
for
towards him. He's like,
for
he's a sexist.
for all what three people who watch this. For those that don't know, way back when in college, Mark loved using the word broads, and
Broads.
anyone who was kind of around him and our friend James just kind of started
Mhm.
using that word. And we never really offended anyone in person, so internet
No,
people
and
and trolls alike, we are not trying to offend you.
no, it was just
Ah!
something funny that we did. It wasn't like we weren't trying to be derogatory either. We were just like it's just a funny word to say.
I'm having a Mark hair day. It's a mess.
Yeah,
Anyway,
mine's
so
like something.
yeah, that's kind of my fun tidbit for the week. That and I look very tired, even though like I am pretty
Hmm.
well rested today. Although maybe the rest of the week I was not. But
I
oh,
was not rested at all this week, but we'll get into that later, I think.
are you coming in 2 weekends?
It's still on
One,
my calendar, so
two, three
the
weekends. 10th.
uh if I had a magic 8 ball, it would say all points point to yes. All signs point to
All
yes.
points signed to yes.
Dude, I'm
it
my
looked
brain's been
it
elsewhere.
looks like you were being showered in I
Shame.
won't. Yeah, let's go with shame. Shame spray. Um
Shame spray.
um So yeah, I was thinking maybe Jersey and I might actually come down to meet you on Thursday or Friday.
What? Like this Thursday?
No, 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 no. The Thursday or Friday beforehand. So that might be
Yeah,
neat. Because I love Columbus food and Columbus. So
indeed.
anyway, so Mark, do you want to get into it, or did you have
Let's
anything else
get
about your week?
into it. I
Fine.
think a lot of, like I said, I think a lot of things I want to talk about is actually just going to be part of our rambles and topics. So, hey,
Womack, you piece
I
of
watched
shit.
the movie this week.
Uh,
Amazing.
so, one of the ones that I wanted to bring up for a couple weeks now is how do you want people to perceive you? How do you want to be seen within the public eye? Who are you? What are you projecting out there? Are you succeeding? I feel like there's a lot of people, there's a lot back in college. Like this has got to be one of those things that has perpetuated across humanity since since we conceptualized time.
Mhm.
There are so many awkward individuals out there. Like, how are you handling yourself? Are you coming across as awkward? Are you coming across as, just fun and yourself and what you want to be? So, I guess I should kick this off.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm curious to see where we're going to go with it. I mean, I've thought about this a lot, but I really haven't solidified a talking point yet. So, go ahead. Have
Oh
at
yeah, I
it.
forgot to show you the curveball, Ramble. Which one we're gonna do for that? Which
Don't
I
worry.
guess will kind of be a part of
We'll
this.
get my genuine surprise on camera, and it'll be fantastic.
I think that for me, this has drastically shifted, of course, because of things that have happened in my life. One of the big ones is, I guess, I don't want to be seen as a failure, because for those that don't know, go watch the Just Got No Marcus that I just posted recently.
Oh, so you did post one.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah. Thank you for watching, by the way.
I don't get some notifications anymore. Maybe I fucked something up.
I think at some point on YouTube, they changed the subscription method where basically, if you're subscribed, which you might have actually been unsubscribed. I got unsubscribed from our own channel, not like
Maybe I did too.
yeah. I have my own, like YouTube that I peruse with, and then there's the actual channel.
Right.
And so I had to resubscribe, and you also have to turn on email notifications now. It doesn't just automatically do it anymore.
I will do that then.
So anyway, I guess one of the big ones for me is to really not be perceived as if my life has gone nowhere, or I'm kind of failing at things, because right around the corner from 30, and yeah, I'm still I'm doing a lot of full-time hours lately, but I'm still technically a part-time employee, and that kind of hurts. It hurts because yeah, I'm turning 30, and I also have a degree which I'm kind of doing nothing with at the moment. Although I do this, but this is obviously just a hobby, and that's kind of one of the big ones to start with. Is that I just I feel like every time I tell someone my age, especially in the workplace, I'm just like, yeah, I went through all this shit, and it had me on my ass for 4 years, and et cetera, et cetera. And I handle acceptance pretty well. It's kind of another one of these topics we circle back to on the show, and I think we're even going to circle back to it on another Ramble in this episode. By the way, welcome to Ramble Entertainment. This is Great Scott Marcus. Hi, I'm Scott, and that one's Mark. Here on Ramble Entertainment, where we just get on camera and talk about shit, and for some stupid reason, we post it to the internet. Intro done. Let's keep going.
A little late on an intro.
Yeah. Oh well.
I can tell neither of us are firing on all
Oh
cylinders
my
today, but that's
yeah,
fine.
There's like
That
one
usually makes
cylinder
for
that's just like jammed. That
just
is
like- it's like-
right here.
fluttering. That usually makes for good episodes, though. We're a little just off. Exactly.
So, yeah, that's one of the big ones, and I think while I'm at it, I guess I should say that I do want to be perceived as a very positive person. So, like, I have this big negative thing within my life. I live in pain constantly, and I just want to be perceived as someone who's trying to make the best out of everything they got. And sometimes I fail at that, and a lot of times that's not how I am on the inside.
Mhm.
But that is who I want to be, and I think at least with that first pair of things, I'm sure there will be much more as this ramble continues.
Uh, uh,
It, I think I succeed with those, or I like to think that I succeed with those. When customers come in and chat with me, and they seem to get this positive notion from me. Seem to be happier when they walk away, which is nice. It's kind of like YouTube. This is easy to do as far as like a hobby goes because you can easily receive positive feedback. Views are going up, likes are going up, things like this. So it's the same kind of notion where it's like happy people. I run into people and they seem happy when they talk to me. So it's nice. So yeah, you take anything from that?
Yeah. I just kind of want to build on something we said, like about don't want to be perceived as someone who's failed at something. This past week, I had stumbled across an opportunity for a hopeful job potential, which I'll
Damn
talk
it!
a
I
little bit
meant
more
to ask
later.
about that before the show started.
Huh?
Go on. I meant to ask about that before the show started.
Oh, well, I'll talk about it later and again now.
Okay.
And
Both are fine.
basically, it was an assignment, a paid assignment for this job opportunity, and I'll hopefully hear back on Monday or sometime Tuesday or whatever. But anyways, I was doing this, and I think I was talking to maybe Dakota, and showed him what I was doing, and he was just like, and I was like, finally, I'm approaching 30, and I figured out what I'm doing with my life. It only took about 7 fucking years, like 'cause graduated in 2010. And maybe it wasn't Dakota, but somebody, whoever it was, they said like some people never figure it out. Like, and that's 100% true. Like, I might have stumbled on something that's like, okay, this is what it is I'm trying to do with my life, and
Right
like
now,
I feel like I'm getting closer with it. And some people, and whoever told me that is 100% true. Like, some people never figure it out. They're still doing something that they really didn't want to do with their life. So it's like, I don't know, as long as you're still searching and like trying to figure it out, like
you,
I don't see that
you
as being failure.
you look at the show like Shark Tank, where it's
Hmm.
just like you have people in their 40s and 50s who are just like, I was working this job and then I quit to do this entrepreneurial thing, and it's
Hmm.
just like too much in our heads at times. It seems like there was this notion built as kids where it's just like, yeah, you're gonna get out of high school and you're gonna figure out what you're gonna do with your life. And
Right, yeah, it's not that way.
yeah, it's just like, no, yeah, things can continually reshape, and
Hmm.
you could be working in one career and completely switch to another, where
yeah.
the employers see all this potential in you in their work setting, which is almost uncomparable to the one that
Hmm.
you're in.
Right.
And that's good. That's kind of like so kind of been around some people who are kind of in their head about like meeting someone, finding someone, and that can translate easily to friends. I have friends and coworkers and even customers, etc. Blah blah blah. A lot of people who are single who want to not be single. It's kind of that notion of always being single, where yeah, of course you're alone. You want to find someone because our society projects happiness upon relationships, when half the time that's not actually true.
Right.
But fuck, where was I going with that?
I
Damn
don't
it, not again.
know. Shit.
Right. So like all the time, I'm even in college, I was talking to people who were figuring out that they wanted to switch jobs completely, careers completely, majors completely, where you can meet someone who switched majors, like they were in teaching, switched out of teaching, and then they're a teacher. Same thing with like my brother, who got married, got divorced, and in his 40s got married again, and they're very happy together. And it's just like, I think that there are a lot of these very hopeful things that we can simply look at that continually happen within our society and say to ourselves, pump the brakes, turn down the negativity. It's going to be okay.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, how you said, you be perceived as positive, and I'm generally perceived that way as well. I feel like a lot of people, when they see me or have something to say about something, I always have a positive outlook. And
Yeah, we
it's
share
kinda
a
like
lot
the
of our
the
negativity
situation.
only with each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
but something like that, like if you're at a point where it's like, I'm a failure because I haven't done this, or like I like a couple weeks ago when I like, was looking for jobs, I had like a bit of anxiety attack. I'm like, oh my god, my fucking life is a mess, and it's just like you always get these like
Oh shit! I didn't mean to
lows,
throw
and
that.
then there's is that a keyboard?
Hmm. I might need that.
No, fuck it. But yeah, there's always a positive side of thing. I feel like there's always gonna be like an upswing. That is something I like to be perceived as someone that's positive. It can always have a glass half full mentality
That
in any situation,
I,
but
I'm
also want to be someone that's easy to talk to, trustworthy,
I'm gonna put a pin
charming.
in that one because that's gonna circle back to part of our part of the curveball ramble that I'm gonna
Oh
throw at you
boy.
shortly. Um, I think one of the other ones that I want to be perceived as, and this kind of circles back to a personal qualm of mine, where I've always, or at least kind of built up in college, this like uh, distaste for immaturity. It's not that I can't be immature, enjoy immature things myself, but like maybe too often I almost feel like I'm the only fucking adult in the room, and
Currently, you are.
that oh man, that one can really grind on my fucking gears. Because it's just like grow the fuck up, get over it. It's a small issue, and of course, I've had to deal with a large issue
Yeah.
that really minimalizes the crap out of everything else around me.
Well, we've kind of talked about that before, though. If people are indeed younger and don't have life experiences, like these small things can seem monolithic, and then later in life, like you just don't sweat the small things at all. Even the big things you don't sweat anymore because you get tossed around the hardness of life.
Yeah. That also kind of connects to another thing, like no, not really. No, never mind. Nah. I guess I wanted to say like someone who thinks things through, but like there's always gonna be these moments where it's just like you. Here's a great example. Like you can be a very smart person, but
Hmm.
every single person out there is capable of dumb shit. It
Oh
happens
yeah.
all the time. It's a part of human nature. You fucking don't tie your shoelaces, and I almost never feel like I trip on my own shoelaces, but I like I'm not gonna walk around with them untied because there's always that potential of this little string
Hmm.
fucking making you fall over and on your face. And yeah, so I
It's a
guess
great metaphor.
yeah, I really would love to be perceived as someone who's always thinking things through. Someone where it's just like you don't have to just assume that they didn't do all of the steps to get there to like,
Hmm.
ask for help or something. But yeah, we're always going to be falling on our faces here and there, no matter how smart you get. Mark, do you have anything else?
No.
Actually, here's one.
Uh-oh.
What's Do I actually want to ask that?
Yes.
Damn it. Uh, um, is there anything that you don't want to put out there? So, like, we kind of talked about how we
Uh,
still have those negative things that press on us, um,
things I don't
but
want.
you want to project this positivity. Yeah, like, is there.
Um,
I should not have asked this.
no, I think it's good. I have an ego problem. Straight up. Like it's just something that I've recently come to light with, with my reading it of, Buddhism, Zen, and meditation that, I have an ego problem. I've always known I've had an ego problem. It's just I've never really kind of tried to accept it and come to terms and try to uh, relieve it a little bit, try to get away from that ego thing. Um, in college, a long time ago, yeah, a long time ago in college. Um, uh, College was a time where I was kind of exploring and I was,
Ha.
really finding myself and like just I don't know. It's one of those things. It's a growing experience, and you're not quite sure who you are as a person. And apparently, all right, I'm really bad telling stories today. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, like 2 years ago, I had met up with some old friends at a bar and like some acquaintances I had met previously before, and we were talking about a time that we were also together years ago, like 6 years ago when I was like a sophomore in college or a freshman in college, like that, when I was going through these weird changes and like not really knowing
Blue
who I
hair
am as myself.
streak.
Yeah, I had like it's just like my piercings. And it was just an identity crisis basically in college, which I think a lot of people go through. But
Absolutely.
those acquaintances, said, we talked about that time we were together, and I was like, oh yeah, like it kind of came to light. 'Cause I temporarily forgot it, and they were like, you were like the biggest douche. Like, I was like, what? Are you serious? They're like, yeah, you seemed like you were the coolest person in the world. I'm like, and I heard that, and I was just like, oh my god, I felt awful. Like I wanted to strangle that old self of me to be like, what the fuck is wrong
We
with
were
you?
both douchebags when we met.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just like
we
I was like,
gotten
man,
better
that
over time.
sucks. So, and what I know is that was probably, a little bit of my ego getting out of control. I'm like doing new things and like I'm trying to like tell everybody all these crazy stories or whatever and thinking that I'm hot shit. And so, I guess that's the thing I don't want to get out. I don't want my ego to take hold of myself and end up make people
Use
end
your
up
words.
making people think that was tough that I am some raging douchebag. So that I guess that's the thing I'm actually actively trying to work on. And with that also comes with some slight anger issues. I get it on the defensive very easily if I feel attacked. But if you want to get philosophical about it, it's really just my ego being threatened. So those kind of things all work together, and that's what I don't want to get out there. Yeah.
Do I have
think that's it for me. How about you?
Damn it.
Huh?
Damn it. I don't want people to know that I am angry all the fucking time. It's like Avengers.
Yeah, that's exactly
yeah.
I didn't know if I was appropriate to joke right
but
there or
but
not.
I'm actually
Sorry.
yeah. It became this thing.
Words.
It became this thing where I remember calling you, and I had just like flipped over my chair. This was like 3 years back when the pain was really starting to get bad, and I just called you because I was just like, dude, I don't know what's happening to my life.
I don't remember. There's no offense, but I don't remember.
It's okay. It was a short call, and I was just like, I just flipped over my chair for like no reason because I got like frustrated at something like very minimal, and yeah, I kind of had to start like really tempering my anger, and I kind of just I just when I think about it, it's like living at the center of the eye of a hurricane, where no matter what, there's always this swirling fuckfest around me. And it's not fun. It sounds fun on paper. It sounds like Fire Festival, but it's not fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just I know I do a really good job controlling it these days, but sometimes the eye of that hurricane, the walls of the eye get really close, or just the eye seems really small, and yeah, so that's out there now. Anyway,
but I mean, now that it's out, I mean that's step one.
It's not like I wouldn't tell anyone. It's just, I guess, everything. Just people fucking getting mad at the simplest shit, just handling things poorly, not being adults, plants, animals, inanimate objects. It's just, I got punched in the face really hard by life. And I might never get over that.
It does take a while from a person that was also punched in the face by life. And part of me is not over it. Part of me never will. But it's been 12 years and I'm here and I make the best of it and accept part of it. Accept. God damn it, I can't talk. Accept part. Accept. I'm thinking too much about it. I accept part of it. You know what I mean? It's
How are you having this much trouble with that?
because in my brain, I feel like I'm saying accept, like, oh, except for this,
No.
like not accept, and lacking sleep.
You're fine.
Yeah, no, and yeah, yeah. I mean, it sucks, man, but this too shall pass.
Let's stop there.